Good morning. Another morning. Today's day 4 in Camp Solitude. Today is October 9th, and look at this beautiful sunrise over the mountains with the fire that I started a while ago. The mine conveyor belt has been going on all night. You can barely hear it inside the van, but man, this is getting to be you like to enjoy the birds and the sound of the rushing waters, and there's this background noise like you were living right next to interstate or something in a busy city. It's a little bit frustrating. I'm considering taking off today for the next campground, which I think is Cottonwood Grove. That's BLM, which should be free if there is a spot, or maybe just keep going to Saddlehorn. Cottonwood Grove, it's 260 miles from here. It's a good 5-hour drive, probably longer because of the dirt road here, the section with the dirt road, and we'll see. So today I'll probably do a little hiking, a little biking again, and read my book. I think I'm about to finish that Clive Cussler book I bought 3-4 days ago. And nothing much going on. About camping fires, I noticed that people love giving leftover wood here. Seems like a tradition, a sign of goodwill, to give your leftover wood to whomever you like, or just leave it there neatly stocked right next to your fire pit and like that. And every place I go, except here, because here the only people were like way down there and they used all the wood, people gave me wood. These are the weekend warriors come out, they bring more wood that they are going to use. They buy tons of wood anyway for their weekend escapades, and then they always have leftover. And you don't really need to buy wood. Also, there are a lot of people that leave an awful lot of wood around their fire pits. Instead of giving it to somebody, they were here by themselves, nobody to give it to, so they leave it by the fire pit. And you don't need to buy any. So what to look for? Well, I mean, there are people that do something like that big chunk that is only half burned. That's even when it's before it starts burning, they never catch on fire. For starters, all the wood people give and get and all that is too green. It's not seasoned, so it takes forever to catch on fire. So, but when they are used like that, they will make good coals. So once you get them going, something underneath them is moving around, and look at this. Look at that, and that's warm. And then pile these guys up on the side. See all that? That's warm. So we'll make coals. See, when you see those fires and people making fire, you see this huge fire. Well, they just started it. After a little while, let's see how much of the wood actually caught on fire. See, like that over there, it's starting to catch on fire because of the heat. And then we'll burn some of that big ass piece of trunk there. But it will never, that trunk will never catch on fire. So when you're selecting your wood for camping, if you're the people that buy it, just buy the bundles that have the smallest, not the tiniest, but smallest sticks that is being split into. Like, see, this is too big. That will take forever to burn. You just, but this one's better. See, it's small. It will catch on fire. This one's a little bit big, but about this size. And then gather some sticks around, big sticks. Those catch on fire fairly easy, and it will feed your fire. And then kindle. Okay, kindle. That's important. That's what actually starts your fire. And you see all these people on social media making fires, you know, the eternal lumberjacks and stuff like that, and half of the things they do is bullshit. So kindle, well, find a stump like that and go at it with your axe, and you have plenty of kindle there. You don't need to even do your own kindling. This kindling, look at this one, huh? People, they come over and all that is kindle. So look at this one over here. Look at that. All that is good kindle. You just hit it with it. Look at that. That will start a fire in a minute. Other things that are really good for fires are roots. Tree roots are fantastic. They catch on fire. They have, I don't know what they have. I guess all the nutrients or the resins when the tree dies go to the root, and they're like almost like a torch. Once they catch on fire, they won't go out, and they're long, prolonged. So what I do is I get me some kindle, put it at the bottom, then get a few sticks like that. Those you can find branches falling around. Some campgrounds don't let you burn branches, so don't if they don't. Okay, so you can find branches, little branches and stuff. So first you put your kindle down, your kindling down, then you put some of those branches, and then you put your real wood, and then you hit it with the charcoal starter. Just squirt a little bit, spread it all over pretty good. Just throw a match at it. Forget about rubbing two sticks. Really. Or the little sparky thing, and you have to find moss and all that. I mean, yeah, you can do that. And you want the fire, so start the fire. Just put a match to it, and the thing lights up, and you're gonna have a huge fire at the beginning, like everybody else. And then as the fire starters consume and the wood starts really catching on fire, then you end up with something like this. Okay, and that's warm. That feels really warm. Why? Because you have a lot of coals there. You have a lot of charcoal there. Charcoal is what gives heat. Fire too, but the fire doesn't really last a whole lot unless you're constantly feeding it new seasoned wood. This wood, I'll put it there on that fire, and it will catch a little bit of fire, and it will end up by then like this, black. Okay, the good thing about this is that it's going to make good charcoal, and charcoal gives off heat. So I'll put this on probably tonight. This was left over from somebody, or you go to some sites and they have like a tree, a whole freaking tree minus branches, and it's burned like that, like right. And they put a section of it on top of the of the fire pit, and oh boy, it's not like hell of a fire. I don't know, make shit. All you're gonna make is charcoal like that, and charcoal gives off heat. But then you end up with this leftover thing. You have to dump a ton of water on it to put it out. Waste water. That thing over there, that's a fine little fire. Okay? It's giving off heat really nicely. I can feel it. And it will be easy to put out when I have to put it out without much water. In fact, you probably can just throw some of the ashes underneath it, on top of it, and it will cover it up. stops the oxygen from getting to the charcoal, and done. Well, I hope this helped somebody make fires. Yeah, this is a big ego thing about fires, definitely. The bigger is better. Well, make sure you don't catch the forest on fire with your stupidity. Okay, just make a fire that warms you up, and maybe the people that are with you, which usually tend to sit very close to the fire pit, like that. Okay, that's close enough. Not one that you have to stand out here, because over there between the smoke and the heat, you get baked and then cured with the fucking fire. So there. And if you're a weekend warrior and you see somebody that is hanging out for longer than you, give him your wood. That's a sign of goodwill, and share the wealth, you know. Well, now I have to go set up my solars so I can recharge the damn jackery. Have a great day, everybody. Okay, this is the great solar water heater experiment. Over here I have a 4-gallon trash can, office trash can, with 4 gallons of water, and it's black. It's not be facing the sun, and I covered it up to prevent any evaporative cooling. On this side I have a 2-liter, which is less than a gallon, Pepsi bottle, recycle. I took the label off and I set it on a black background. The black background is a camping shower, but in the way of the Ozark and Walmart products, there's always a defect and eventually cracked up over there, and it leaks. So you cannot fill it up, and they don't sell this part by themselves, so you are SOL. But here I have 2 liters, and there I have 4 gallons. It is 11:20 a.m. So by, let's say, 2:30 or 3 p.m. we should have water warm enough to clean up, and even with the bottle wash the hair. Let's see how it pans out. Okay, today I'm gonna make camping rice. So there's my rice, and then sort of a measuring cup. So 1 of those, 2 of water, garlic powder, and salt. The only problem here is I don't have a sieve, so this will go into the stick pot, because that's not a non-stick, without rinsing off all the dust and starch and make it sticky. So here we go. Let's see how it comes out. Okay. There's the rice. Not that much salt. Okay, and then garlic powder. Okay. Now we're gonna add the water. 2 cups of this that were just about there. The other trick is going to be that's 1, That's 2. The other problem here is going to be that this cooking stove is all or none. You can do low, but it's kind of a hit or miss. Okay, so here we go. Put it here. I'm gonna bring it to a boil, then top it off and reduce the heat if I can. Okay, it's boiling. I put a little bit of oregano leaf, dried oregano, on top, and I'm gonna cover it. And it's gonna be a spill, and then lower the fire. So it simmers. It doesn't smell good, and it doesn't look good. At least maybe the rice on top will be edible. Turn it off, and let's see what the surprise is. Top part may be edible. There's no water pouring out. Well, looks like quite a bit is edible. Quite a bit. There's a little bit that is stuck and nobody will ever get it out. I'm gonna put it in the river, see if it will break it up. I guess feed the fish. And let's just turn this off. Okay, taste test. A little bit of burnt flavor, quite a bit al dente. I'm sure with a little bit of lemon juice and sriracha, can't tell the difference. Well, the hot water experiment had to be canceled because all those clouds been coming in through the day, and I don't have a good exposure to be able to gauge. And now the concern is the same as always. Will that turn into some front with precipitation, which at night will become snow, a lot of snow? And let's hope not. Tonight's my last night here before I head over to, I think is to another one, which is a BLM, and it's in a valley, lower elevation. So we'll see, but the experiment for the water is a failure, and the rice experiment was a failure or semi-failure because I just don't have the equipment. Now the sun is coming out. Son of a bitch. Oh well, today's failure day, which is fine. Nothing else to do. Keep testing stuff.